Good morning. Happy Sunday. Oh, my antivirus opened up again. Skip. I do not want a free trial. Go away. Anyway, yeah. I am continuing on through my unplayed games in my Steam library. This is Opus Magnum. Now, this game is actually a little bit special because, strictly speaking, it's not truly unplayed. I have played this before, just not on my own Steam account. Many years ago, when I was first starting to get into gaming, my brother was like, I think you would really like this game, Opus Magnum. It's on Steam. And I was like, well, I don't have a Steam account. And so he gifted it to the Steam account of my boyfriend at the time. And I played much of this game on that account. I later, now many years later, saw that this game was on sale. And I was like, oh, I never finished that. And I don't have access to it anymore. So maybe I should grab it. So let me see when I actually bought this game on my own Steam account. If I go to order history, I'm pretty sure I purchased it directly from Steam. Oh, maybe I didn't. It was a Humble Bundle, I guess, because I don't have it here. Maybe there was a Zachtronics Humble Bundle at some point. That seems legit. As I'm thinking about this, yeah, I think that's probably what happened. So, you know. This game is a puzzle game. You make little machines, and it's pretty cool, if I recall. So, let's jump into it. Transmutation Lab rules. Access is restricted to graduate-level alchemical engineering students and faculty only. Any exceptions must be approved by the Chancellor. Keep your student alchemist permit and sigil with you at all times while in the lab. No food or drink is permitted in the lab. Do not sit or lean on transmutation engines or the related components. Please keep the area clean for everyone else. That means you, Antaeus. Lesson 1. Lesson Introduction. Histograms and leaderboards are not available for tutorial puzzles. That makes sense. Henley Servin. I'm amazed you put off learning how to use the transmutation engine for this long. I was concentrating on working by hand, you know that. Antaeus, we're about to graduate. I know, that's why I need you to summarize all this for me as fast as you can. Solve this puzzle to continue. To complete a puzzle, build all products. Press the play button to start the transmutation engine. These are reagents. They are the input materials for doing alchemy. This is a product. Your job as an alchemist is to build machines that combine reagents to useful products. This is the instruction tray. Instructions tell machine parts what to do. Your machine has successfully created the desired product. Histograms and leaderboards are not available for tutorial puzzles. Understand so far? Of course, I knew this part was easy, that's why I never worried about it. I count you as a friend, Antaeus, but sometimes you carry your genius alchemist act a little too far. Act? Return to menu. So let's take the first and most important part, the arm. I understand. What's next? Wait, don't rush ahead. Let me go through the material. You need to see this. Place an arm below, setting the rotation and length so the gripper is over the reagent. Then add instructions to the instruction tray below to make it pick up the reagent and move it to the production output. How do I make it turn? Okay, so this moves that. What if I want to turn it over here so that it's over the reagent part? You can tell it's been a long time since I played this game. I don't remember the controls. Okay, so there it is. So then it needs to be picked up. Hiya. And then go back to 3, release. So arms pick up and move elemental proxies around the surface of the transportation engine. Right, and you control their behavior with instructions. Yes, of course. Of course. Pivots. In some cases, you'll want to rotate an arm you'll want an arm to rotate what it's gripping. You mean as opposed to the arm itself rotating? That's right. In those cases, you'll use pivot instructions. Okay, we're going to open this. Place the arm there. Aha! That's how we do it. Okay. So we grab first, and then we're going to do that. And then it needs to pivot like so. Ah. But I also have to let go and then move back. Hello, Rebecca. I'm well. How are you? We are playing through the tutorial of this game right now. You're browsing about because you keep losing in Fortnite against the kiddo. Ah. Fortnite. What a game. Is it a multiplayer? Do you hear others? No, this is a single player game. All very straightforward and simple. How nice that this is so easy for you. Why? How long did it take you to learn all this? Let's just keep going. Pistons. A piston arm is a special kind of arm that can extend and retract. And presumably there are instructions that control the piston. That's right, I'll demonstrate. This is better than Fortnite and a bit slower, more your speed. Oh yeah. It helps that this is the tutorial right now, so we're not like... They're just showing us how things work. Okay. So... we're gonna start off here, grabbing the thing. And then... the kind of cool thing about these tutorials is that they have several examples of how it works, but I don't think I need that. Okay, so I'm going to grab, and then we're gonna go this way, and then retract. I think that'll work. And then go this way again. How goes the weekend? Anything fun? For you, it's losing Fortnite on both days. Yeah, things have been going well. Yesterday, we played a game called One Step from Eden. That was very intense but fun. I played a little Magic after that. Magic the Gathering card game. And I did a bunch of laundry. Hung out with the boyfriend, you know. All that good stuff. In this lesson, the drop instruction is disabled. You must use a reset instruction instead. Interesting. Well, I think that'll do it. Yeah. How is the boyfriend? Boyfriend's doing good. Yeah. It's nice. Laundry is essential on weekend. You got murdered at a murder mystery party? Oh, that's fun. I did one of those once. I wasn't the person who was murdered, but remember when I was too shy to ask to ask the boyfriend out. Yes. Yes. Yes, I do remember that. I remember I came on here and I was like, "Oh, I met this guy and I think he might be somebody that I could really like, but I don't stand a chance." Yeah. I was the one who was shy. Cause he lived in a whole different city that was like a plane ride away, and we just happened to meet in person, cause he happened to be in town, and, you know, we had this connection, but then it's like, oh, he doesn't live where I live, and, you know, he's so great. It turns out I, in fact, did stand a chance. It's true. It's true. Yeah. Can you raise an interesting thought? Sure. What if I actually thrive better in long distance relationships than I do in proximal partners? It's an interesting thought because I have done long distance 3 times and survived. The relationship survived all 3 times. I was long distance twice for a year with my ex, for a year each. One in year 2 and then one in year like 9, something like that. And then when my current boyfriend and I first met, we were long distance for like 6-8 months. Yeah, you're viewing this relationship as somewhat long distance as well, but medium distance is also correct. Yeah, the agency to regulate the space. Yeah, I mean, now my boyfriend and I are not long distance anymore. I think the key for long distance is that you have a plan for when it will end. You know, like when I was long distance year 2 with my ex, it was, okay, I'm finishing up school. And then, you know, we can settle together. And actually, the second time, he was finishing up school, and then we were going to be able to settle together. For me, I didn't have as much of a plan with a current boyfriend, but I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be trying to get remote work anyway. So, yeah. Why does the relationship have to end? Why not move to the next step? Sorry, not that the relationship is ending, that the distance is ending. But kind of all that to say, I don't know that I need physical closeness the same way that other people do. It's better, but I feel like it's not like absolutely essential. Because I know there's a lot of people who were like, yeah, let's try long distance, and then it falls apart at distance. It requires a lot of communication, because communication is kind of what you have. What about when it's occasional rather than forced? Sorry, pronoun use. When what's occasional rather than forced. This is now Caitlin's relationship hour. You two see each other when you want to rather than because you have to. I feel like I don't understand. If you're in a situation where you're seeing somebody in a relationship because you feel you have to, that might not be a relationship you want to be in. Your relationship has become something you want to do rather than something you have to do. Again, I feel like if you are in a relationship because you have to, you're examining how things have played out so that you might learn from them yourself. Look, obligation has its place in a relationship, I think. I would not have stayed with my ex as long as I did if it didn't. You know, it was trying to figure out, is this a rough patch? Is this a phase? Is this something that can be recovered from? And, you know, there's something to be said for that kind of persistence. But ultimately, if long term you feel like you are there because you have to be there, that's not really a relationship that is serving. I would argue not serving either party, because if you feel like you have to be there, that means you're not authentically loving that person either. As Will Smith said, it's 100% him, 100% her, coming together to make something more. I'm not sure if I'm taking relationship advice from Will Smith, but yes. Yeah, but something that I have learned about with my new relationship here, um, I think I may have been a little bit codependent before. And having security, both being introverts, both liking to do our own thing, not having to be together every second, but we still spend a lot of time together. But we just also like both need alone time. That's been it's been an adjustment, but it's been like good. His relationship itself is fine. The rest of him can use work. The two of them have something that works. Will and Jada? Did Jada not cheat on him? Maybe I misunderstood the situation. I thought that she cheated on him. You missed that step? Yeah. There was she cheated on him with like one of her son's friends, which is like gross on multiple levels. At the time of the quote you made, it was working. Yes, right? That's the thing. Things can change, right? But anyway, did I sufficiently answer your question, do you think? You think so? Something else I'll say is that, me and my ex had a lot more hobbies in common. And that is a lot less important than you would think it would be. I think it's actually more helpful to have similar goals in life and like what you want to achieve with the relationship together. And like I said, you don't have to be together physically all the time. You can go off and do your own thing and then come back together and be like, oh yeah, this is how my day went. You know, I caught this really big fish. Oh, I got this achievement in this game. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, anywho. Back to the game, I guess. I see. Piston arms can reach areas you can't with a normal arm. That's what makes them so useful. They cost a little more than regular arms, though. Ah, money, money. And I can use the reset instruction to make an arm return to its initial state from wherever it is. That's convenient. Just remember the reset instruction takes the same amount of time it would take to issue these individual instructions. Well, yes, of course it will. Of course. What's next? Next we have tracks, which are like paths you can place on the board. It's easier to show you. Back to making gold, not just relationship gold. Create a track between the reagent and the product, then place an arm on the track and add instructions to make it pick up the reagent and move it to the product output. Okay. T is track. Oh. How do I do? Oh, I'm stupid. This. There we go. I just forgot how to play the game for a second because we were talking for so long. Then place an arm on the track. And we're gonna position it like that. Guys, she forgot. Indeed. All right, so we're gonna grab it. And then we are going to... Oh, we're gonna move in the positive direction. So that looks like this. And then I need to rotate, I guess. And then let go. Okay. And then stop. This makes you think it'd be fun to see me optimize Minecraft machines. So, I've been told like several times that I would enjoy Minecraft. I've never played it. There is a joke in Rick and Morty where Rick is playing Minecraft for the first time, and he says, dude, is this game made for autistic people? And Morty's like, why would you say that? And Rick says, because I think I'm starting to love it. Oh, it's time for the ban, banity ban, banity ban. First person POV, ugh. Dislike. I see, when you place an arm on a track, the arm can move forward or backward along the path. Tracks can be quite powerful, but I'm still learning how to use them effectively in my designs. You technically can play third person? By the way, Rebecca, thank you for the follow. My alerts don't always work the way they are supposed to. Oh geez, some people followed me last night too. I'm the worst. I need to get that fixed. Targeting and such was not designed for it. Yeah. I downloaded a game called Peak, which I need to install the third person mod for. Because from looking at the videos, it looked like it was third person view, but I didn't realize that it was like co op players, like, yeah. And so I tried to get a refund, and they're like, you bought this too long ago, so I need to install a mod for it. Oh, good lord, Peak. What? What's wrong with Peak? It was on a big sale, and one of one of my boyfriend's cousins was talking about playing it, and it seemed like, oh, maybe that's something I can play with her. Oh, the game is fine? Okay. If you hate your heart, oh no. Could you put multiple arms on a single track? I think so. I never thought to try that. I'll have to experiment later. Transmutation. Perform transmutations, we use glyphs. Then again, I am fine with Spire. Oh, like Slay the Spire? You place a glyph of calcification on the board and move the element you want to calcify over it. You know what would be cool? If Twitch chat let you know when somebody followed. Like, if there was a way to set it up so that, you know, like when somebody raids, you can see it in your chat? Why don't they have that for when somebody follows? Streamlabs has a thing for that? You place... Oh, you would just set up an alert. Okay, but how would that work when my alerts don't work? I guess. Because the whole problem is I'm trying to replace the fact that I cannot figure out how to fix my Streamlab alerts. They just don't go off. And they go off in test, but when I'm live, they don't happen. See, that is a problem, right? That's the issue. You place a glyph of calcification on the board and move the element you want to calcify over it. Anateus, I mean, yes, that's correct, but at least let me get to the explanation first. You fix a program with the best and most tried and true method. You uninstall the program, then you reinstall the program. Oh, but I'm afraid to do that, because what if I don't remember my login credentials? I got all the explanation I needed. Oh, Anateus is a little bit of a smart butt. Then am I worse off than I am now? If I can't log into Streamlabs and can't access it, then yes. Yes, I am. Turn the fire atom into a salt atom and move it to the product. Okay, it looks like it wants me to put it here. Oh. Ah. Piston arm. Alright, well, I will grab it. And then I'm going to turn this way and piston in. And turn this way again. Oh, you know what? No. Piston after turning in. Because that way I will... Well, I guess it doesn't matter either way. Up. And then turn one more time. And it should calcify. I'm not sure this is right, because how am I going to get it into here? Okay, new plan. Hey, like that. And then one more. And then I think that's it. Yeah. It's quite fast, this glyph. Yes, welcome to modern alchemical engineering. How many transmutations are available as glyphs? Most of the common ones so far. There's ongoing research to develop more, which you would know about if you paid any attention to recent developments in your field. Bonding. This must be the glyph of bonding. It is. To use it, actually, why don't you show me how it works? Seems that's the way things are going here. Very well. Use 2 arms and the glyph of bonding to bond the salt atoms together and move them to the product output. Okay. Okay, so we're going to grab and grab. And then we're going to rotate this way and this way. And then you're gonna let go. And you're gonna go this way and let go. And then gonna return. Return. Ah, I need to rotate it. Like that. I'm gonna have to sync them up though. Oh. No, apparently not. Okay. Transmutation engine makes alchemical engineering far simpler. You could have been using it the whole time, but I'm glad I did things the hard way for so long. I hope you're not like this in real life, Anateus. But this is real life. Stabilized water. I think that's everything you need to know to use transportation engine effectively. I'll make one more product to make sure I get it. Panning and scrolling. Building areas, part trays, and instruction tray can all be panned by right-clicking anywhere within them and dragging your mouse. If you have a mouse with a scroll wheel, you can also use that to vertically scroll through the parts and instruction trays. From now on, you will place products and reagents on your own. They are at the top of your toolbox. The desired output. I see. Various mechanisms. Well. I'm gonna need one of these too. Oh. I like that you're not like, you can rearrange things afterward, which is kind of nice. Okay, and then I also need arms. could be something like this and this. Like that. But then I need to get it to the finished product. Like that, I think. See if you can see where I'm going with this. Alright, so one, we're gonna grab it. And then we're gonna rotate, which is gonna transform it. And then we're gonna rotate again, which is gonna get it to the bond. And then we're gonna let it go. And that should be all that arm is doing. Number 2 is gonna be a bit more active. We're gonna grab it. We're gonna go this direction. We're gonna wait until they get there. And then here, we're going to... no, it's not gonna reach. It's still not gonna reach. You love this game, says Friday Witch. It is a fry face. Because here's the thing. I could put it up here or something, but I don't think it's going to let me go through because it's going to be like a wall. May have done something interesting today that I can gab again. Oh. What has Fryface done? That is interesting that she could gab about. You haven't done anything today? You were simply broadcasting Bone Shredder's tutorial for playing with voxels at Dual Universe, but honestly, it wasn't a tutorial at all. If it helps somebody, it is a tutorial. It was, hey, use the most complicated tool to make something useless that is impossible to select with normal point and click methods. When it was advertised as a beginner's voxel tutorial. Oh no. Oh no. I think this is probably not going to work, but let's see if this'll go. So it's bonded. Okay, that's what I thought was going to happen. So this current setup is not gonna work. It's an anti-tutorial. Maybe like that? Yeah. And then just twist it. Oh, looping. Interesting. So I think this will do it. Whoops. Wrong direction. This way. Go make some food? Yeah. I have successfully created the desired product. My brother, Esper, obviously did it in fewer area. And for less money. But I did it in fewer cycles. He did it for only 40 gold? Huh. Interesting. Okay. So what are your plans after you graduate? I think I'll be head alchemist for one of the August houses. That's bold, right out of school? Why not? True enough, no ambition could be too great for you. And yourself? I like it here. I think I'll stick around and hopefully become a professor. You do seem to have an affinity for teaching, tutorial man. Think so? Well, then may each of us realize his Opus Magnum. That's the title of the game, guys. It's the title. Opus Magnum. I always found that to be a rather pretentious term, but I agree with the sentiment, at least. Why are you laughing? Annotaeus Vaya found something pretentious? Tell me more. Alright, we have completed the tutorial. I think this might be a good spot to talk about the game a little bit, how I feel about it. This game is as good as I remember playing it a little while ago. A little while ago, meaning many years ago. I'm looking forward to solving some more puzzles. I think I'm going to get a snack and run an ad break, and then we'll start with the game proper, Chapter 1. Yeah, so I shall BRB.